My name is Shervin Shares. I have 221,000 YouTube subscribers, and I feel like an absolute failure. I made this video about a year ago where I shared how things were going to change.
Create a more thought-out response to that video and share my general thoughts and things that are going to change in 2025. Happy New Year. My name is Shervin Shares. Follow me on all the socials right here.
But a lot of the things that I wanted to happen didn't happen. And I guess this is a little video where we'll casually sit. I'll share my thoughts on this past year and the lessons that I learned. I have my laptop here. So I had 3 big goals this year and I failed at all 3. It's so easy to look back and say, wow, I did nothing this year. But I think that's one of the dilemmas or challenges of being a high-performing individual, which I would like to call myself, is that you don't really celebrate your successes. And I think one way I try to combat that is on Instagram, at Shervin Shares. I try to post every 3 months things that I've achieved to help remind myself what I've done. But there's a lot I wanted to do. I wanted to create a year in review video. I didn't do that. There's a whole bunch of like products on my desk at my new office that I wanted to film videos about before the end of the year. Didn't do that. If you're wondering, it is currently December 31st, 2025, New Year's Eve. So those things aren't happening by the end of the year. But the more that I think about these things, I realize what do I even realize? I don't even know. I guess I realized that it's just like I wanted to put my mind to these things and I couldn't, and maybe that's okay. Permission granted. And the realization that like I am so privileged and lucky, and I forget that sometimes. I think that is something that I live in New York City. That's really cool. People would dream of coming to New York City. I got the haircut from this guy in Arizona this year, and he was like, I've never traveled outside of the state, and I've never flown. And I was like, wow. And he had a family and a kid. And he's like, I've always wanted to go to New York City. And I was like, I live in New York City. People dream of being in a city. That's a win in itself. My job is YouTube, social media in a way. And like people dream of having that job. It is very hard. I wouldn't call it a dream. Don't dream about something because it's a lot harder than you think it is. Yet at the same time, I look at these things and I forget that I could be living someone else's dream. I don't know. I don't know what I want to say, but I guess I should follow my notes because I'm going to get distracted. But I guess the biggest thing is I feel like I got lazy this year. I was looking at my YouTube AdSense, and we made $20,000 less this year than I did last year. Like that's a lot of money. And I don't say it just like we, because there's a team. There's, I have people who help edit. I have someone who helps film. Like we have costs for like servers and software and camera gear and travel. And it's like I look back and it's like, okay, more subscribers doesn't always mean more money. But a lot of people kind of like value you that way. They're like, how many subscribers do you have? Okay, that seems like a lot. And it's not in the way that like people realize. Like I think the lifetime of a content creator, people were saying it's kind of like being a professional athlete. You have 5 years at your peak, and then it kind of like weans off and it's over. And I'm not a high level content creator, but like I'm a semi-successful. I'm a middle class content creator. I'm surviving off of this and I'm doing it. And it's like, if you stop putting in the work, your channel dies. And it's so easy it's actually very hard to like stop working because you get sick, something happens, something goes wrong. You have to keep posting videos. And I think this past month I posted 1 video. And I promised myself in that 2024 video that I was going to post 1 video a week. And the goal was bangers only, which was my first goal, was get 100,000 views per YouTube video on average. I was looking at the views. I think we got semi-close, but still not great. So that failure. But I guess it was success that I'm pretty sure I posted 52 videos. but it's like this is a job that you always have to be working. And if I stop working, I stop making money. If I stop posting videos, I stop making money. There's no PTO. There's no time off. So that's kind of hard because when you are not excited, when you're not happy, when you don't have motivation, it's hard to like be on camera. Where like if I was at a desk job, I could go in and kind of like half do my job. So, and still, you still get paid the same amount sometimes, most of the time, depends on your job, but it's easier to get away with things sometimes. Whereas like here, it's like, okay, if you're sick and you don't work, you are not making money. And then you have to show up on camera. And like, I've been sitting here for probably an hour trying to make this video, but like I couldn't. But we're going to make it. I promised that I would make it, and I'm going to make it. The second goal, I had a lot of health challenges this year. Always have health challenges because it's just who I am. But I think around July, I realized that this second goal was not going to happen. I had a very minor foot surgery, nothing crazy, but it was minor. And I think that impacted my training schedule, and I had a very fitness-based goal out the window. Ended up a lot of other things happening too the rest of the year. Got a few other health challenges that I'm still dealing with in some ways. It's New York City. I wonder if you can hear the sirens. Which like I ran 3 marathons, which if you look back 4 years ago, 3 years ago, I had never ran. I was so scared. I never thought I could run a marathon. So that's like, I could easily look on the viewpoint of I failed to hit my goal time, or I could celebrate the success of running 3 marathons in a year, which I've never done. And I was never a runner. I absolutely disliked running growing up because I was a swimmer. And then the third goal, I think, is a bit out of my control, but didn't achieve that one either. So I think that kind of all culmination of all these things made it very hard to go into the end of the year and be like, yeah, we did it this year. But I really want to celebrate maybe the cool things that I did. I ran 3 marathons. I did 3 high roxes. Got invited to the in-person Apple events. Like, those are probably the highlight, coolest thing ever. Got invited to an in-person Rivian event. I got a new office, which we'll have to do a tour one day soon. Right now we're in the content closet, which is kind of where I live with my 2 roommates, Tejas and Colt, which are 2 amazing YouTubers who continue to inspire me and challenge me and motivate me. And you've probably seen them in my past videos. If you haven't, check out their channels. But now that I'm looking at 2026, I'm like, I don't want to make any promises. I don't want to set any big goals, which I don't know if this is a good or bad idea, but if it didn't work last year, we're going to try something different this year. I do have a second channel now where we're reviewing products, so a lot of the product stuff's getting focused there, and I want this channel to be more about us hanging out. I want it to feel real. I want to share my journey and like get you excited about doing things. So I think I just need to find new things to chase after, new goals that I can try to achieve, and just share the journey and not worry so much about the end goal. But it's crazy. I've been posting on YouTube 9 years. Next year will be my 10th year of posting YouTube videos. And I've been full-time as a YouTuber for 4 years now. 4.5. 4 years. 5 years? 5 years. I quit December of 2021. So it's about to be 2026. 2020? I don't even know. Do the math. 2021, I think. So, I don't know. I promised to make a video, and I'm making a video. And the lighting is bad in here. It's really bright behind me. I got a new microphone, which I'm kind of excited about. I got something else that's really cool. Actually, let me show you. Give me 1 second here. Let me pull it out. Yep, I did something very naughty, and I got one of these. This is a Transformers. I don't know. This feels like a show and tell at school. Battery pack. This is a Sony FX6. We shoot on Sony FX3s, and I decided that maybe a new camera would get me inspired to make videos again. So that's what we did. I'm very excited to start making videos with this. Is it necessary? No. iPhone is the best. piece of equipment. If you want to be a creator, use your iPhone and buy a really cheap microphone, like a lav mic that you can wear on yourself. I do love gear. I love a lot of gear. That's why I have a review channel, because I love playing with toys. So I'm going to make videos about this, about all the other gear. The microphone that we're using is like a Zaxcom microphone, which is really nice. But yeah, I think I'm making no promises for this upcoming year. But there are some fun things happening. Fun things are already planned for this year, which I'm very excited about. And I'm working with some brands that I really love, and they mean the world to me because I'm able to do this because of those brands. I'm able to do this because of you watching. So I think I want to thank you, and I want to say how much I appreciate you for watching this video, because it means a lot. It's crazy that I can like post a video and it's like you get 1,000 views. Like that's 1,000. That's like a stadium of people. Not a stadium, but maybe like a big lecture hall. 5,000, 10,000 views. Like that gets closer to stadium level. Yeah, I don't know what this year holds, but I'm going to leave it up to fate this time. We're going to be less strategic, less saying things, more doing. So going to work in silence this year and just do cool stuff. And it's going to post on this channel, and it's going to post on my Shervin Shares Reviews channel. But if there's anything that you want to see, anything you care to learn, let me know. There's a content creator, Max Tuning. I really like that guy. I want to make videos like, not exactly like his, but I love that he builds a deep connection with his audience, and I feel like I'm his friend. I don't know him, but I would love to chat with him and learn from him. So if anyone knows him and wants to do an introduction, I would love that. He's definitely a content creator that I look up to. And he doesn't have a lot of subscribers. He has a lot of subscribers, but he gets very strong, consistent views. And I think the way that he creates, the way that he talks about things is admirable. So 2026 is the year of, we don't know what's going to happen, but subscribe to notifications. My name is @ShervinShares on Instagram, all the socials. I hope this was an interesting video. Probably not. Honestly, the whole point of this is to be a time capsule video. You can look back on it and remember it. So I'll see you tomorrow. Or no, what? I'll see you next year. I'll see you next year. Good night.